All right, well, good morning, North Georgia. Meteorologist Andrew Wilson here. Time for our weekly weather update. You know, we love to do these updates to make sure people stay informed on what the weather is going to be doing here for the week ahead and keeping you updated also on the weekend. Typically, we do another weekly weather update on Wednesdays or Thursdays, and then again here on Sunday mornings. A lot to talk about this week. Even though it's not a very wet week, like not a lot of rain expected, we have a lot of heat, and then we also have a lot going on as far as the tropics. No named storms, but there's a couple of spots out there that have the potential for development. Before we jump into any of that, let's go ahead and talk about what we have going on out there for today. As of 11:30 this morning, not seeing any rain out there. We have a lot of sunshine no matter where you look, whether it's out towards Truist Park, where the Braves are playing at 135 today. Should be fine out there. Going to be hot though. Temperatures into the lower to mid 90s. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water before you even go to the game, and throughout the game, drink plenty of water. Take breaks from the sun, and also make sure you're wearing a hat to protect your skin from any sun damage. Taking a look out towards Midtown and downtown. Stunning shot there as always. You see it out towards Hartsville, Jackson. A lot of sunshine on the runways, and a lot of sunshine out towards Noonan as well. Now the current air temperature, actually before we even look at dew points, let's look at the current air temperature. You see that we're sitting in the mid to upper 80s in many spots. Again, this is the actual air temperature. We're already at 90 degrees in Thomaston as of 11:30 in the afternoon. Dew points are way up there. They're in the 60s and 70s. Now when that happens, when we get dew points that high, means that it's really humid, almost tropical feeling outside. You're going to really notice that as we head throughout this afternoon. And that, of course, makes it feel hotter than what it actually is. Here's what it feels like outside, the heat index values. 94 right now in Peachtree City, 94 in LaGrange, feels like 93 in Marietta, 91 in Duluth, 89 in Gainesville, 90 in Athens, and 90 is what it feels like here in the Atlanta area. This afternoon, those temperatures are going to rise into the mid-90s, but it's going to feel closer to 100 degrees. Those heat index values are going to be pretty serious today, so make sure you're drinking plenty of water. We'll also have a couple of pop-up showers. Remember, we had that yesterday. We're likely going to have that again for today. Satellite and radar showing a lot of shower activity down along the Gulf of Mexico. Trying to move off to the north. That's not really going to make it to us, but again, we may have some pop-up right over us due to how much moisture is in the atmosphere. And then, of course, because of that heat to go along with it, allows for some of that heat to rise, taking the moisture up with it and sparking up some of those showers. It will be mostly sunny to partly cloudy this afternoon. That 20% chance for rain is going to be there, so make sure you download the 11 Alive app. You see there at the top of your phone, once you download the app, that you can explore the radar map, get live looks at where the rain is occurring whenever it does pop up today. 88 degrees is the actual air temperature, and yeah, we're going to rise into the mid-90s by about 3, 4, 5 o'clock. You can also watch weather updates live, like the one you're seeing right now. You can also catch long-form news updates and also long-form weather. Really useful tool there. You also want to download the 11 Alive Plus app to Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV devices, because you can then watch the newscast whenever it's most convenient for you. You don't have to wait until the next newscast comes on, let's say at noon, 4, 5, 6. You can watch it whenever it is convenient for you. Again, a great tool there, the 11 Alive Plus app. Forecast track shows us as we head throughout this afternoon, temperatures again rising in the mid-90s. You saw those brief showers popping up there on the radar. May still even be dealing with that by 5 p.m. Then we move into tonight, temperatures dropping down into the 70s, partly cloudy sky before we head into tomorrow afternoon, when temperatures rise back into the lower 90s with a spotty shower or two. So a little bit cooler tomorrow, and then we continue that trend as we head into the day on Tuesday, with temperatures in the 70s rising into the upper 80s, lower 90s, again with a partly cloudy sky, but no rain chance as we head throughout the day on Tuesday. So for today, we do have some extreme heat risk on the map. That's going to be for areas especially to the southern tier of Atlanta and stretching down towards a portion of southern Fulton, northern Clayton County. Notice that we have that area shaded in purple. We also have a lot of red on there. That red in place for major heat risk. So something else that we have to keep a close eye on. You notice that there's a lot of heat across the central portion of the United States. Thankfully, things are not going to be as hot tomorrow. We're looking at mainly just a major heat risk there as we head throughout the day on Monday, and you see that we'll have some still hot conditions there, and you may be wondering, why don't we have a heat advisory in place if we have an extreme heat risk? Well, it all comes down to how high those heat index values are that we talked about earlier. Remember, I mentioned that we're going to have a heat index maybe all the way up to 100 degrees today. Well, if it doesn't hit 105 or if it's not expected to, the National Weather Service will not issue a heat advisory because it just does not meet the criteria. Now, that doesn't mean it's not going to be hot, but you see for us, the criteria is 105. Still, a 100-degree heat index value could be considered hot and dangerous, so make sure that you're being safe out there and limiting that time in that afternoon heat. For Monday, a little bit less on the heat, and then we continue to see that trend as we head into Tuesday. Notice that we're only going to be at a minor heat risk by the time we head into Tuesday. Temperatures at 95 here for today. Again, a lot of humidity. It will be some lower humidity for the middle of the week, and then you also see a lower temperature. That's why the heat risk won't be as significant. Still hot though. Temperatures above average. The average high this time of year should be 87, so lower 90s is definitely still hot. Remember to take care of your pets too while you're thinking of yourself and drinking plenty of water and wearing light colored clothes and all that. Make sure that you're checking the temperature of the pavement. Use the back of your hand and put it down on the pavement. See how hot it actually is. If it's too hot for your hand, it's too hot for those paws. Remember, 95 degrees could mean concrete is 140. It means that asphalt could be 155 through the middle of the week when we're going to hit 90. Concrete could be 125, 140 for the asphalt. That is too hot for paws. Y'all make sure you're taking care of those dogs and cats that you may be taking out. Look before you lock your car too. Remember, the inside of a car, 95 degrees could make it 129 degrees inside the car within 30 minutes. Within 60 minutes, 138 degrees. So remember, it's not safe to leave your pets or kids or maybe an older family member in the car without it running for any period of time whenever we're getting this hot. It's just too dangerous. Make sure that you're using caution this time of year. Hottest temperature so far this year, we hit 97 yesterday. That is officially the hottest temperature of the year so far. 95 is what we hit the day before. We're going to hit 95 again today, so we'll likely kind of hit that right up there against June 14th. We will likely see June 16th tomorrow once we figure out our actual high temperature today, what we end up hitting, but we're looking like we'll hit 95 again. So yes, the heat streak continues. As far as rain chances, just a slight chance for rain today, slight chance tomorrow. Dry for Tuesday through Thursday. Not a lot of rain this week. We're talking about a half of an inch of rain or less. The higher totals into far north Georgia and up into the Appalachians. The lower amounts kind of closer on down towards LaGrange, Troup, Meriwether County. There could be a spot or two this next week that misses out on rain completely, which isn't good news. We need the rainfall because we are trending now into the very dry category for the month of June. We finished up May behind average. June is trending more than an inch and a quarter behind, and it looks like we're just going to continue to slip behind average as we head throughout this month with a drier week ahead of us expected. We are still ahead for the year though, more than 4 inches ahead on rain. Hopefully that continues to hold. We've had less than an inch of rain so far for the month of June. We still have a good amount of the month to go, less than half of the month, but still enough time for us to add to that rain gauge, and hopefully we can see some big improvements. But again, we are really far behind. Your current drought monitor does show that we have abnormally dry conditions that have developed. The first initial area that developed was right over Fulton County. Now it's kind of spread out more. I would imagine when the next drought monitor shows up next Thursday morning that it's going to worsen even more. More drought and possibly even some moderate drought conditions popping up other than just the abnormally dry. Some good news though, we've been talking about how the exceptional drought here throughout the United States has continued to shrink. The last spot that we've had exceptional drought left over the last few weeks has been in southeast New Mexico, down near Carlsbad Caverns, not too far from there, obviously. And you see that it's very small spots. That's actually really impressive to only see that much exceptional drought in any of the United States. Typically, we'll have a spot or two that's a large swath, but it's good to see that there's not so much exceptional drought. Hopefully they can get some more rain, just like hopefully we can get some more rain. But again, it doesn't look like that's going to be very possible this next week. Of course, today is Father's Day. Make sure you get out there and have some fun. 95 degrees, 92 for Monday, 91 for Tuesday. We stay dry. We have Juneteenth occurring on Wednesday. There were a lot of events going on this weekend. I hope everybody enjoyed them and tried to avoid some of that heat while you were out there, though, still drinking plenty of water and hopefully finding a lot of shade. Those events on Wednesday, though, for Juneteenth should go over fine as well, with the fact that it's going to be the coolest day of the week, and also there's no rain chance in there. Mostly sunny for Thursday, 91, and then slight chances for rain back in for Friday and Saturday. So what about day 8 through day 14 beyond the 7-day forecast? Now we're looking towards the very end of the month of June. It looks like we're going to continue on with the above average temperatures. Temperatures could be all the way up there into the lower to mid 90s again throughout the end of the month, and maybe some above average rainfall. So maybe a little bit of hope as we head into the very end of the month that we could get some more rain in the rain gauge. Now let's talk tropics. We do have a low chance for tropical development here over the Bahamas and stretching all the way up towards the Georgia coastline and then further out towards the east there over the next 7 days. That's a 30% chance, something we'll keep a close eye on. Medium chance for tropical development, meanwhile, just west of the Yucatan Peninsula. We're going to watch both of these spots pretty closely, but right now, nothing that is threatening the United States or our region. So that's good news, but of course, we still have a lot of the hurricane season to go for the Atlantic. It began June 1st. September 10th is typically when things peak out there in the Atlantic. You see that activity really ramps up here as we head into especially August. So July and August, something to keep a close eye on, and then everything wraps up around November 30th. Looking at your 2024 Atlantic hurricane forecast, this coming in from NOAA. It was put out, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, that is. It was put out May 23rd. You see they are calling for an above average season, 17 to 25 named storms. That would be a well above average season, really. And then you see 8 to 13 of those storms could become hurricanes. Typically, though, we only get 7 hurricanes, and then you see major hurricanes. We could end up getting 4 to 7 of those. So really active season possible ahead of us. Alberto would be the first named storm if we do get a named storm this year, which we likely will. But Alberto would be the first name used, then Beryl, Chris, Debbie, all the way down to William. And you may be saying, wait, you said there's a possibility of 23 named storms this year. That's only 21 names. Well, if we end up using all those names, we will go to a list of supplemental names provided by NOAA. Your weekend getaways for next weekend. So we're wrapping up this weekend. Now looking at next weekend, shows that will be drier there in many spots for Friday and Saturday. A little bit of shower and thunderstorm activity picking up for areas like Destin, Charleston, Savannah, even here in Atlanta possibly for next Sunday. And then Monday looking stormy as well. So maybe you want to take off Friday and then Saturday and Sunday, maybe take off that extra day ahead of the weekend so you can make sure you can get out there and make the most of your vacation. And finally, your Georgia State Park forecast showing us that it is going to be a good day to maybe head out and take a hike for tomorrow. Slight chance for some rain, maybe out towards Tallulah Gorge and Skidaway Island, but all the other spots still looking pretty good. Going to be hot. Make sure you pack plenty of water. I always like to say pack plenty of water and then pack extra water on top of that. So you're making sure that you're prepared for anything that may happen just in case you ended up needing more water. The last thing you want to do is end up out there and not have enough. So I'll bring back up your 7-day forecast. I hope that everybody can have a wonderful week ahead of them. Don't forget you can get an update on the weather right on 11alive.com with the 11 Alive app, the 11 Alive Plus app there for your Roku, Fire, and Apple TV devices, and then right here on 11 Alive, the NBC affiliate here in Atlanta. Have a wonderful week ahead of you, and we'll keep you updated on everything right here at 11 Alive.